Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is, of course, HD StarCraft, and I'm back for another Wings of Liberty StarCraft 2 broadcast. I hope you guys are all doing alright out there. Once again, I just want to express my concern for you guys out there on the East Coast. Hope you guys are doing alright. And let's go ahead and get into this game. For your guys' entertainment tonight, I wanted to go ahead and do... Well, you guys might be out on trick-or-treating right now, so you guys might not even be watching this StarCraft 2 game, but if you guys are, then I just wanted to say I wanted to cast another game here of the very same players I casted in the last Wings of Liberty game I did, which was, of course, Empire.Happy and Liquid.Hero. They both had a great game, and if I recall correctly, Hero did an insane, it was a strategic victory for him, a mental victory, if you will. Just making very good military decisions. For example, blocking off the supply lines for Happy, and positioning his armies in such ways where he was able to get that pincer maneuver at the final battle. And, you know, if you ask me, that was Happy's game to lose. He was so far ahead, but I don't think he ever made any huge mistakes. He played a very good game. He just got outplayed by a better player, a Korean player at that. So let's go ahead and introduce the players. This is, of course, the Yellow Terran, and that is Empire.Happy. And he is Russian, by the way. Let's see if he can go ahead and finish what he started and take out, of course, his blue Protoss opponent. That is Liquid.Hero. And gonna be pretty exciting to see how this plays out. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Blizzard did say they are finally planning to come out with a clan system. I mentioned this in the last video I did at the very end, but I'll do this in the beginning now in case you guys didn't pay attention all the way to the end of my cast. Yes, Blizzard is coming out with the clan system. It is going to be so cool because now we can finally put a tag in the beginning of our name, which we could always do before, obviously, but now we have like our own fully functioning clan system, which I think is going to be sweet, and any additional features they can add in there would make it all the more sweeter. Anyways, that probe did get up the ramp, but I don't think Hero saw the command center. No, he did not. And he made his way into the base, but he didn't see the back refinery either. So he actually has no idea what is going on right now. This pylon is in the most random position, but that's okay. As Protoss, you could throw up pylons wherever your heart desires. I don't know if Protoss have hearts. I don't even know what their internal organs are composed of. But this Terran Marine is holding on to the Xel'Naga Tower, is now going to back away because he's a coward. And this Zealot is going to go ahead and take this and doesn't even care. He's like, forget vision, I want kills. And he is now charging for that Marine. Not literally charging, but, you know, on the way. We have more Raxes coming up from Happy, who is still not adding on the gases yet, which I think is a little weird. Usually as Terran, you want to get your gases going at the very latest, after your 4th Rax begins building. So this is a pretty late gas from Happy, and he's still not going to get any gas. In fact, he's going to just make Marines, but there's a Zealot and Stalker up here in the natural, and now Hero knows, all right, you've got a CC, you expanded, and now I'm going to see what I can do here, maybe get a couple of SCV kills because I am Protoss. And that Zealot says, oh, actually doesn't say anything, he just says, ah, and dies. And now Hero has to pull away from this with this Stalker. Took a little bit of permanent damage there, but that's okay, as he can get back home, regenerate shields, and maybe just hold on to the Xel'Naga Tower. But Happy making a pretty good hold there. I think he lost a few workers, not just one. He still doesn't have the gas yet. Now I'm really, really baffled. Is he gonna go for a 2-base 6 Rax all in, like Marine King style? It's like a later version of the 1-base all in. You just get 2 bases and you go all in with a bunch of Marines, but he only has 4 barracks. And now he's pushing with these Marines. That Stalker really probably doesn't want to stay there, but he's being forced against his own will by, of course, Hero. Hero's like the master masochist here, wants to kill off his own Stalker, really wants to get that Marine more, though, and he actually gets the Marine kill. Wow, that Stalker, I bet he's glad right now that he's got Hero as his general commander, his commander-in-chief. And now Hero back at home has a couple of sentries, too, so he's He's playing pretty standard, actually. You know, 3 gates, 1 robo, no Stargate play this time around, but he's going to have to play this pretty well considering, look at the stream of Marines coming. It's a constant Hut 1, Hut 2, 3, 4, constant stream of forces coming in here, and Happy is transitioning out of this. He's got 2 gases, he's got a CC coming up. This is a very weird build from Happy, I feel like. And now the Marines, what are they going to go for? The Zealots are covered by Guardian Shield, which of course helps quite a bit for those for the Marine Gauss rifles, but the Zealot goes down nevertheless, and now the Marines are giving chase to those Stalkers. Hero is in a lot of trouble right now, but he warps in a couple more units. He's gonna lose probes though, as long as Happy focus fires the probes down, which he is not right now, trying to get the Zealot first, and then the probe falls, but the stream of Marines continuing to reinforce. Almost like Happy this time is saying, hey, I know you cut off my reinforcements this time, but this time I will be able to constantly stream in new units. And he almost got that Stalker, but wasn't able to. And at the end of the day, it looks like Hero will hold strong, but at what cost? How many probes did he lose? 5? All right, not as much as I thought, but he did lose some Zealots, and you know, he forced some force fields out of his sentries because of that attack. Now, I feel like Hero has this window of opportunity to counter, and that is why Happy is building bunkers right now. He also has stim and all the, actually just stim coming right now. So pretty late stim, because you'll recall he didn't get the gas for a good portion of the early game. So right now he's got to play very defensively, and he's actually quite lucky those sentries don't have a bunch of energy saved up. They have some, but not a lot. So it's not going to be perma fielding on the bunkers, and he's going to have another bunker up here as well. Let's check and see what Hero's got back at home. Oh, wow, that's a pretty quick Colossus. Is Hero just going to go for a 2-base Colossus all in here? Because he's got Thermal Lance coming. He's adding on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gateways total now. He does, for as far as I can see, no plans for a 3rd Nexus. And you guys might be looking at that production time and saying, wow, that looks really skewed. Look at how much Terran is building compared to Protoss. But you got to remember, Colossus is boss. And the comsat is coming down right now. It will see everything. And at this point, Happy has got to realize that Hero is about to push, you know, that at the very least, if it's not an all-in on 2 bases with Colossus, it's going to be a huge timing push backed up by Colossus, and he will need another bunker. In fact, there it is. So bunker number 3 comes out. I still think Happy is in some trouble here. He needs Vikings right now. He's making Vikings 2 at a time. He needs combat shields as well, but he can't get that upgrade. Or for whatever reason is refusing to get it right now as the Protoss is pushing out. It is time to attack, says Hero, and Hero kind of the master about just making the most random timing attacks ever. It might, whether it be all in or just awkward timing, he's very good at doing so. Remember in the first game he did a Phoenix type play, and look at this, Happy keeps a Marine outposted at this area. Could go for the probe, but was not paying attention. So Nexus will likely come up here if Hero wants to transition, but he's gonna go for a possible game ender right now. Is trying to focus on the bunkers, does so with the help of the force fields, and now without much more bunker support, there's only 1 bunker left. You know, Hero, as long as he keeps his Colossus alive and enough, you know, units on the ground to deflect the Vikings, he should be all right. And you'll note he still hasn't built a Nexus yet, because I think he realizes, as much as we do, that he could actually try to end the game right now. As risky as that might be, more bunkers coming up. Happy is also scrambling to get enough defenses up here. The 2 supply depots could not be repaired due to the placement of Happy's bunker, and so that makes it pretty eco-friendly there for Hero. He's like, oh, I don't have to spend energy on force fields. I'm all about that, man. Protoss is a bunch of tree huggers, and it looks like they are going to destroy the Terran buildings here. They're trying to laser down these bunkers. Finally, some more Vikings arriving, but you know, Happy is going to need much more than just a pathetic squad of 2 Vikings. He's going to need a full fleet here if he wants to push these Colossus away. And he is now, oh, the SCV is trying to repair that bunker, but we're not able to in time. Wow, Hero is really trying to, you know, just at the very least do a lot of damage here at the front door. And why not? He's got Colossus that have 9 range, just lasering workers, bunkers, supply depots. you know, the whole house of the Terran players going down right now, but finally Happy says, I've had enough. He's stemming all of his forces outside. Force field's coming down here, and this Protoss army is going to die. And Happy with a very well-timed attack there. That was the risk you're running as Terran. If you run down here, you have to be wary about the force fields. And I think he waited until the sentries had drained enough of their energy until the point where he felt comfortable enough pushing out, and now he can finally claim that third CC. And of course, you'll note that Hero, of course, has another Nexus already coming. And it looks like both of them are going to get saturated about the same time. So this is a very close game so far. One thing that Hero's obviously got going for him is a few more probes. But of course, Terran has meals, so Terran OP. And here comes Happy. He's pushing out. Has quite the army. Upgrades at 1 weapons. Protoss also at 1 armor. So pretty even here on that upgrade department. One pylon just kind of scoping out the scene, I guess. But the Terran is making a push here. The war drums are beating. And Happy says, you know what? I killed off your whole army earlier with most of my army intact. I can make a push right now and try to kill off this Nexus, as risky as that might be. And will he be able to do it or not? The Colossus just lasering down Marines, but there are 4 Vikings there as the Stalkers are trying to focus down the Vikings, and 1 Colossus will remain. So now this is going to be so close. I think Hero is going to make a hold, and yeah, there it is. Happy has to evacuate with whatever forces he could save inside the medevac, but it's not a bad attack really from Happy. You know, you'll note that the supplies are still pretty close. I guess Hero got a slight upper hand there because, of course, he killed all the Vikings and he only lost 1 Colossus, you know, for that trade. So I guess Hero did come out a little bit further ahead right there, and Happy might have overextended just a bit. Back at home right now, we've got more upgrades coming. Marines and Marauders now on rock target practice. They're always shooting something, man. Whether if it's not Protoss units or Zerg units or a civil war amongst Terrans and Terrans, they're taking out rocks. They're pretty trigger happy, man. And over here on the bottom left, it looks like Hero just checking it out with those Blink Stalkers, which are pretty deadly units, you know. We have a Ghost Academy coming as well. So perhaps Happy gonna anticipate the Templar switch and start getting some ghosts on the field. Although, you know, right now Hero doesn't really have any Templars on the way. He's just primarily on Colossus tech. He does have a Twilight Council though, but just Charge and Storm Research, but no Templar Archives. And there we go, Templar Archives now on the way with 2 being researched. It's still such a close game right now, guys. Happy is at 145 supply. Hero is just an edge higher. He just actually warped out a huge cycle, so he's at 165. But I'm really curious to see if Happy is going to be able to, you know, redeem himself here in this game, because yeah, he's playing Hero, and you know, Hero's a Korean. All right, sure, he's very, very good. But I honestly feel like Happy's got the skills to take a game off of him. Will he be able to do it? It looks like he is at the very least going to be able to deny a 4th Nexus, or at least delay it. He just stemmed everything up though, or at least a small arm portion of his army. The rest of those Marines and Marauders are like, hey, stop doing all the stim. Terran players, the Terran race knows how to have a good time, man. And their drug of choice is stim. Pretty deadly, pretty deadly. But the nice thing about stim is there has never been a fatality from stim overdose. There, I said it. Right now it looks like those Marines and Marauders still trying to have a good time, just trying to party. Gonna go around the left here, and now they're gonna all stem up one more time. Hero is now pushing out in the middle of the map with a lot of Protoss forces, and Happy is gonna decide to go ahead and pull back and take the defensive posture. He's trying to get a 4th CC up of his own, but Zealots have something to say about that, man. Zealots are truly the party poopers. And look at this, we got Ghosts out on the field now. And that CC is going to go down, or at least be canceled. Good play by Hero right there, as it was just a distraction really. Once again, another great strategic maneuver. Sends most of his main army in the middle, serving as a distraction for the Zealots. Or another way you could view that is the Zealots going in and then the main army coming in to intercept the Terran army as it was going to try to save that CC. So very good play so far. And Hero, you know, really rarely ever does he just squander units for no reason, no purpose at all. That's usually what, you know, lower level tier players do, but at the highest level, you really can't afford to just squander units. And at this point, Hero has a 4th Nexus coming. The Terran does not. And Hero is just wisely leaving a few Zealots here. And you know what's great about this is he's putting 1 here to block the CC, and he's leaving 3 up here because he knows eventually that command center is going to come down, and then these 3 Zealots can come out and say, surprise! And, you know, trick or treat. And since SCVs don't typically carry candy on them, the Zealots are probably going to kill them. The Zealots can pretty much make short work of those units, especially with +3, which is on the way right now. That Marine just got completely firebombed. And look at how many Colossus are in the field right now from Hero, man. That's a scary number of Colossus. I guess that's enough Vikings here, but I feel like there's too many Ghosts in this army. For the amount of Templar equivalently, there really isn't that much Templar threat here. There's just 4 or 5. And he's got so many Ghosts, and Ghosts aren't that good against Colossus. He really needs more Vikings right now. And what is going on over here? We got another Nexus, Ninja Nexus coming up. All right, good EMP right there from Happy, and Hero is going to make a push here. Now, the one thing as Protoss you probably don't want to do is run up this ramp, and you can see he's trying to get a good storm or feedback off, but the storms, you know, the thing is, Happy is not falling for this little trick here. He's not going to fall for the bait and run all his troops down this narrow corridor where storm and force fields will eat him up alive. Instead, he's going to actually send out his Ghosts on a little reconnaissance mission right here, or more like an assassination mission. Oh, the storm comes down. I think he would have been better served using a feedback than a storm on Ghosts, but now looks like these Ghosts are pushing forward. Great EMP there, and Happy is making a push into the middle of the map. All these Colossus are in so much trouble right now. Oh my goodness, Hero needs to get out of here. The Colossus just trying to scramble with their spiderly legs as quickly as they can. 2 Colossus are going to go down, and now the storm comes out. Beautiful storms coming down on the Terran army, and most of the Vikings and the Bio eating some damage right there, but the Vikings are still giving chase, trying to pick off as many Colossus as they can. They're able to do a great amount of damage. And now Happy can just pull back. He doesn't need to overextend. That was actually a really good engagement for him, and I would say got him right back into the thick of things, but he still doesn't have a 4th CC. He has 5 command centers total. He's got 2 right here. I have no idea what took him so long to land the command center. I guess these 3 Zealots or whatever have been really, really annoying, man. And now the Zealots are like, that was the treat, and here's the trick. We're gonna vanish away. And maybe we'll come back for another time. So Hero's got to, he's got 2 different avenues to work with here, and Happy has got to cover this CC, and he's got to worry about the main armory right now. We'll see if he can do that. He's got a lot of cloaked Ghosts right now, no observatory as I can see, and that Protoss army is going to melt oh so quickly. Happy taking a great position in this game. That last battle went brilliantly for him, but he's got to protect the SCVs right now. The Zealots are back. The Zealots are back, but it doesn't look like this time they're going to do nearly as much damage as before. We still have the Ninja Nexus up here with probes scurrying away over there, and they're going to yeah, those 2 photon cannons are going to keep them safe. But you never know, that Templar can do quite a bit of work as well. And will Happy actually see this Nexus? He doesn't know about it. This is actually Hero's 4th base, and you got to count this one down here, which is the 5th base. So, no, actually, that is the 5th and 6th base. So, our Protoss player, even though he's down in supply, even though, you know, Happy has made some great battles happen in his favor so far, I feel like Hero's economy is pretty big. We'll just have to see what happens. Here comes a Warp Prism with 2 Templar and 2 Zealots. Trying to unload the Zealots first, and then the Templar. Great storming here. Oh my god, the SCVs just getting out of there, but a handful of them going down. And of course, the Warp Prism is still alive. It can come in there for another critical strike. We have Happy coming around the left-hand side of the map, stimming up everything. He gets stormed on the ramp, though. A secondary storm comes down as sniper fire comes out as well. And just a constant skirmish here as Happy is just trying to find an avenue to hit the Nexus down in the bottom left-hand corner, but what he doesn't realize is there's a Nexus over here. Oh, he knows now. He knows now. He's going to drop Marauders here for the snipe. Meanwhile, Warp Prism unloading tons of units, but the Warp Prism goes down at the very last second. Give all those Marines a medal. That was like literally 0.01 second away from having all those Zealots in his face. And now, meanwhile, the Marauder drop, how successful is this going to be as reinforcements have been called in from Hero? He's trying to storm the Marauders down, and he is going to be able to get that medevac too, so he will save this Nexus. But I don't know, you know, how long that's going to really stay alive for. You got to remember, there isn't anything defending this but a very small army, and if Happy wanted to, he could probably storm everything, storm the front and take out that Nexus, but he's also got to worry about Hero and the main Protoss army, which is making a push right now. Oh, that Ghost is alive? How did that Ghost survive? He just got charged by like 20 Zealots. And look at he's called in for reinforcements. It's a huge squadron of Ghosts, which some of them get feedbacked, but they also get their revenge as well. Now EMP's trying to really carpet bomb that Colossus. And now that Colossus is out of shield, so he'll probably want to run home. Meanwhile, this bunker, will it stay alive? It will not. There was only 1 or 2 units inside there, so now the Zealots can start to harass the SCVs. This game is going to be so close. Hero is continuing to warp in reinforcements here. And these Protoss units that have been called in, they must be thinking right now, like, why did you call us in here? Why couldn't we be part of the cool kids and get warped in down here in the south side, huh? Why? Why, Hero? Why? And Hero, he just shakes his face solemnly in that Korean, and he says, I don't know what to say, guys. You're just getting nuked, and I don't really know what. I don't care. So this nuke is coming down right now. Oh, he actually does care. So he kills off the Ghost. How did he see that Ghost? Actually, is a better question. I guess it wasn't cloaked. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, we do have Happy looking to take control of the middle. He will take control of the Zelnaga Tower. Also has a command center over here on the left-hand side. This game is now so close. Both armies are maxed on upgrades. Except for Protoss shields, both armies are maxed out in army supply as well. The Terran is retrofitted with nuclear technology, so this could really go any way. That Templar gets stormed. Will he be able to get another storm off? Excuse me, will he be able to get another snipe off? He will. And this Nexus is in a lot of trouble, but the Protoss is threatening to pincer in the Terran army, and this is going to take great control from Happy to not clump up his Terran biological, then spread him out and take the Nexus down, which he does. And now the Protoss is going to retreat, but meanwhile, it looks like the Zealots and Templar continuously warping in from this location were able to kill off that orbital command. So Happy loses a CC, but don't forget he has another one right here where the majority of his SCVs are mining. But Happy's going to be pincered in. This is so risky, his positioning right now. Does he have enough forces to clean up Hero's army? I don't think so. I think Hero is going to take this game. It's still very close, 143, so 127. Here, Happy keeping most of his Marauders alive. He's trying to evacuate the medevacs, but Hero is all over that. And he picks off the Rebel dropships. And now, I think that Hero has taken a very big lead in this game. Look, he's even picking off the loaded medevacs. And right now, at this point, it's more like, hey, Marines and Marauders, ask the medevac driver, you guys want to get dropped off on land or over this crevasse in the pipe? 5x5. So Hero is definitely at a very commanding position right now. What the heck? Oh, I thought this was the main base for a second. There is a Marine here just scouting out the area, but little does he know there's actually a Nexus on both sides. But yeah, look at the minimap. It tells the whole story of this game. The Protoss right now, Hero, is like a Zerg. The Terran is like a Terran. And the only, flaw with that logic is Hero is on Zerg. He's actually Protoss, which means Hero is just way ahead in this game. And Happy has to GG. All the SCVs are getting stormed, but thankfully, by the mercy of the players, they decided not to play it out and watch all these SCVs die. So that is GG. And up until the very last minute or two, a very close game that I actually could not tell what, or who was going to win. So absolutely incredible. And I hope you guys enjoyed the casting. If you did, check me out on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at HD StarCraft. And of course, I'll always have more YouTube StarCraft 2 casts coming out for you guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay safe, everybody in the world, especially on the East Coast, and I will see you guys later. This is HD, signing.